What's up, guys? Welcome back to Kind of Funny Games Daily for Thursday, August 29th, 2019. I'm Tim Gettys, joined by Andy Cortez, making his return to the show after so long.
What's up, guys?
Has it been like a year?
No, I've done one with Greg since then, I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I got like the Tom Holland contract. It's like I have a certain amount of numbers, some number of episodes I have to fulfill, and
then you're going to break our hearts forever.
I'm done.
Wow. That's exactly how it's going to go. How you doing?
I'm great, Tim. Yeah? Feeling fantastic.
Good.
It was one of those things where like the alarm went off. Looked at it, I was like, how do y'all do this?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Y'all are wild.
James Daly, our earliest show, so yeah.
Y'all are wild,
Andy had to get in here early.
It's crazy. Waking up at 9? Woo!
It's exhilarating.
What a rush.
You know what I mean? How was your streaming going?
It's good, man. It's good. Yeah.
You streaming last night? What were you playing?
A lot more Control. Yeah.
You're out of control, man. Wow.
Dude, so, like, I've been playing a lot of Hoobastank. I'm feeling out of control. Yeah. Hey, you remember that Hoobastank song? And I think I'm about halfway done with the game, maybe. I think. And I've just been pouring over like last night the stream ended, I went to go take a shower, and then I just went back, turned on the game, and just looked and kind of just reread through all of the collectible items that I've found. Yeah, it's awesome, dude.
Yeah, you love
really
the
good game. Loving it. Yeah, absolutely loving it.
You think it could be your game of the year?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah, I did run into an issue last night where, we mentioned yesterday we recorded Gamescast live or whatever, and I popped on and Fran was talking to Greg about Control, and then I popped in to kind of like, give my 2 cents, and I've experienced a little bit of hitching here and there, frame rate issues, but nothing too bad. Like I'm talking like a couple, like, half a second of something happens and there's a little bit of a hitch and I keep on fighting or whatever. But last night I encountered like one of the worst bugs. Like not even just bug, it was just a big long encounter with several enemies, and there was a lot of slowdown, dude. A lot of it. Yeah. It was like, whoa, this is the first time I've seen it on this scale. But it's still fucking awesome.
Yeah, well, there you go. I'm not doing as well as you.
Hopefully they put out a patch.
Yeah, I might need a patch.
You might need an eye patch.
Yeah, my eyes all messed up. I had to miss work yesterday. Had to get new glasses, and now I have to wear them for an extended period of time. And I'm not comfortable with this, so everyone please bear with me during these trying times. They're all right.
People can't tell, man.
But anyways, the biggest problem is that me and Greg are becoming the same person.
That's true.
It's just like I had to call him and be like, hey, man, you're never allowed to buy Jordans or bomber jackets. I'll never wear Converse. I'll avoid chicken wings as much as possible.
I'll admit, it was kind of weird as the show was starting tonight here. What's up, everyone? I thought you were going to go in with that thing.
No.
You're doing great, though, Tim.
Not today. Thank you very much.
Playing hurt just like Michael Jordan did, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Tony Romo played with a bruised rib.
Not familiar with him. We're going to talk about many different things, including Pokemon Masters, a little Resident Evil action going on, some Shovel Knight. It's a very Tim Gettys day. Very excited about this. Some housekeeping first, though. PAX is this week. There's a Guild Wars event Friday morning at 9 a.m., the Kind of Funny Games Showcase Friday at 4:30 p.m., the Inner Sight Championship Saturday at 9 p.m. All of it will be live on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. For more info, you can go to kindoffunny.com/events. If you're at PAX, make sure you go say hi to Greg. He's the only one of us that's there. Gary Wood is there too. He's us.
But there's tons of best friends there.
Yeah, tons of best friends. Everyone, it'll be cool. Snowbike Mike's there.
Chloe.
Blessing will be there. Chloe, the party time. Yeah. Speaking of parties, there's a new party mode out. You can go watch the Mario Maker one now on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. How you feel about that one?
It's some really of your best fun. Work? Yeah, it's one that I finished editing months ago.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, but we just had so many things kind of come down the pipeline with, Borderlands and having to release those because like that's the hottest time to release them or whatever.
Hot, yeah.
This is one where Nick transforms several times into Benjamin Franklin. It's a treat.
Great.
It's a treat.
Great.
I saw something for the first time. This is kind of weird to like address a YouTube comment, but in one of our Borderlands party modes of last week, there was a guy that was like, oh my God, their acting skills are horrible. They're clearly playing in front of pre-recorded gameplay. And I was like, really? I've seen a lot of hate comments, obviously, but that's the first time I've ever seen someone being like,
they know our secret, dude.
Like their acting skills are 0 out of 10, and also the cringe is off the fucking charts. And I was like, you really thought we were in like cringy? Sure, we're very cringy, but like I've never seen anybody accuse us of
I've never seen anyone accuse anyone of that. What a bizarre thing. Yeah. You know how much effort that would be? Unless you're stealing someone else's gameplay? What the hell?
Yeah, it's very weird. Very weird.
Very weird. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Blackjack and Mohammed. Today we're brought to you by Upstart and Brooklinen, but we'll talk about that later, because for now, let's begin with what is and forever will be the Roper Report. We have 5 news stories today.
A baker's dozen.
Let's start off with some Resident Evil. A new Resident Evil to be revealed at Tokyo Game Show in September. This comes from Matt Purslow at IGN. Capcom is teasing a new Resident Evil project, which it will reveal at Tokyo Game Show this September. The tease comes in the form of a website called Project Resistance. Barrett, can you bring that up, please? The R and E in the title are shown in red among other white letters, making it fairly clear the game is a Resident Evil title. The website explains that the teaser trailer for the new project, not this one, this I want to show in a second, but the website itself. The website explains that the teaser trailer for the new project will be shown on September 9th at 3 p.m. UTC. God knows whenever that is. So 8 a.m.
Ultimate time.
8 a.m. Yeah, ultimate time. There we go. We got 8 a.m. PT. And it suggests that people stay tuned for future updates. Yeah, you can see it here. Obviously, it's going to be Resident Evil. Project Resistance will then be shown at Capcom's booth at Tokyo Game Show, in which gameplay is promised. The game will be on stage on September 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. The website also includes logos for PS4, Xbox One, and Steam, suggesting that the game is in development for current gen hardware. And then things got a little leaky, Andy. Reddit user Five Eye Samurai has discovered images from the Project Resistance trailer thanks to a YouTube thumbnail grabber tool, which they used on the live stream URL. The images show a group of 4 people in civilian clothing, which may potentially point to a 4-player co-op game, perhaps akin to Resident Evil Outbreak. Clear images were subsequently posted by Twitter user Nibble. So here we go.
Nibble?
Nibble? Nibbelution? Nibellion? I don't know.
I'll say this. Go back to the one on the left, please, Barrett. Like, is it a wig? I don't know. Like the hair just looks real bad here. Obviously, this isn't like in game. This is clearly like a cut scene of some sort, like a cinematic CG. It doesn't look like an in game. It doesn't look like a in game models.
Games with the RE engine. Like that's in game, man. It's the most beautiful game engine I have ever seen.
You really think that's in game?
I mean, it's probably gonna be. Like that's not like a moment that you're actually playing, but it does look like that. Like it's stunning every time that I see it. Like Devil May Cry 5 and RE2 and RE7 as well. Unbelievable. What does this do anything for you?
I think this might do something for me if this is similar to what we saw with World War Z. If it's that style of game, a Left 4 Dead style like third-person shooter. I'd rather it be a third person than first person. But I mean, is Battle Royale maybe? Like, what if it's 50 people and sort of what Call of Duty had with zombies on the map and things like that?
Project Resistance. I gotta bet that it's gonna be like World War Z.
Yeah.
Where it's less Left 4 Dead, where it's not so much class based. It's more just like every character is equal. They're out, you're fighting zombies and stuff. But with the production value of the current Resident Evil games, which I am all about. I'm a little disappointed that the game they're working on isn't RE3 remake or an RE8 or whatever, because we got teases of this.
We got plenty of time for that.
We do. But in the last couple months, there was like tweets going out that Capcom was talking about, hey, we're working on some Resident Evil project. If you want to be involved on some like behind the scenes level, you know, you can apply for whatever, which definitely hinted at it being some type of multiplayer game, something that wasn't going to be like a core Resident Evil experience. But
maybe it's just a live service game. Maybe it's some sort of,
God, I hope not.
You know,
don't do that to me, Andy.
Like create a player, because those 4 players didn't, or I mean, I don't want to say that there's only 4 players.
Can you bring it up again?
Because I could have sworn there was like a couple of extra people, like the woman in the back with the yellow jacket.
Is that May?
I don't know if she kind of looks like May. I don't know if she's on the other screenshots. And I feel like there was somebody else in one of the other screenshots that isn't in those photos. No, maybe not. Could just be those 4 people. Yeah. But
fairly generic dudes.
Yeah, pretty generic chicks. Looking. The the one interesting that World War Z had was, a lot of different choosable characters. And I think they did have inherent traits, right? I think they all had sort of passives.
Hey, which one?
World War Z.
Oh, did they?
I thought they did.
Oh, maybe. I
could have sworn like one of them, like, I don't know. I could just be making this up. We played that party mode so long ago, but I thought there was like faster reload times with this guy, or this guy is like the demolitions, whatever the hell, I don't know. It could be interesting. I think that your best hope, Tim, is that this is a 4-player co-op and not a live service. And I think that only showing 4 players is kind of cementing that.
Yeah, and especially with back in the day with Resident Evil Outbreak. Do you ever play that?
No.
Yeah, so it was good. It was fun. Like the wait, was Outbreak the fun one? Maybe it wasn't. There was the PS2 online ones are the ones that I liked. Well, Revelations, that's different. That's single player story. Yeah. But there was multiplayer Resident Evil games that came out.
I remember working at Best Buy and being like, "Oh, this one might be good," and I think that was the one that sucked.
Damn, I'm really messing up. Someone's gonna get me, and you're wrong. I did not like the one that was last gen. That was the multiplayer, like really just kind of PvP focused stuff. I didn't like that at all. But anyway, exciting stuff. I just love the RE engine. I want every game to be made in the RE engine, and to see more is cool, especially different types of games. Like the fact that it translated so well from a first-person Resident Evil 7 to a third-person Resident Evil 2 to a third-person action game like Devil May Cry 5. Like I want to see what they can do when they stretch into different things. Not that I think this is going to be that different.
Seems like a very flexible engine.
I think this will be third-person though.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I agree. The cosmetics, upgrading, weapon mods. Who knows, man?
Yeah, we'll have to see. You're wrong already. Nanobiologist says there were 6 classes in World War Z: Gunslinger, Hellraiser, who specializes in using explosives; Fixer, Medic, Slasher, who uses melee weapons; and Exterminator, who specializes in crowd control. Resident Evil Outbreak on the PS2 did have on. Okay, so Outbreak, I was right. It is the one that I liked. Whatever the one last gen was.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. That's the one that I remember seeing at stores and wondering if it was going to be good, and a lot of people telling me, it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Hard pass.
Okay, moving on. Yakuza 7 will be a turn-based RPG.
So weird.
This comes from Michael McWhorter at Polygon. Sega officially revealed the next game in its Yakuza action game franchise on Thursday and delivered a surprising twist. Yakuza 7 is ditching beat-em-up action for turn-based role-playing game mechanics. Yakuza 7, Whereabouts of Light and Darkness, as it's known in Japan, will bring with it other big changes.
What was that reminds you of like the Fast and Furious's name, or Hobbs and Shaw in Japan? Like Super Turbo
Wild Chase, Super Turbo Max
Twins or something like that. I forgot, it was weird.
Yakuza 7 Whereabouts of Light and Darkness, as it's known in Japan, will bring with it other big changes. The main protagonist is Ichiban Kasuga, a Yakuza who spends 18 years in prison after taking the fall for his boss's crimes. After being abandoned by his clan and after his boss, Masumi Arakara, attempts to murder him, Kasuga finds himself in Yokohama, the setting of Yakuza 7. You can watch the Japanese trailer for the story, and also there is a combat system kind of demo they put out there. You can bring this up, thank you. You can kind of see the turn-based thing here.
It looks very Persona 5.
Very Persona vibe, and it's Sega.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense there. Amusingly, Sega first showed off Yakuza 7's turn-based battles back in April in what was widely assumed to be an April Fool's Day joke. Now they're just committing to it. Yakuza 7 is coming to PlayStation 4 in Japan on January 16, 2020, and a Western release is set for later in 2020 under the name Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Hell yeah.
This is interesting.
Yeah, I saw a great tweet from Imran earlier this morning. It was one of those things I woke up in the middle of the night and saw Imran tweeting, and he was like, Yakuza is a turn-based RPG and Final Fantasy VII Remake is an action game.
What's going on?
Yeah, it's an interesting sort of turn on the whole franchise. It's I played which is the one that just came out, I guess. Judgment. Oh, Judgment is what I played, yeah. And that's a style of fighting that I just don't care for. So maybe this might bring, I don't generally love turn-based, but it reminded me a lot of watching how they were switching from player to player. It doesn't look fully turn-based. It looks like you're just kind of selecting people as you go. It kind of like I saw Imran tweet that reminded me of Dragon Age Inquisition.
Oh, okay.
Which kind of like, yeah, I could see that as well. But if it's fully turn-based, I don't know.
I mean, the game is always so stylish. And I feel like just adding all that like Persona-esque stuff, like it's only going to be cool. It's only going to help. Like we've had so many Yakuza games at this point. So like something a little different might be nice.
And it's possible that like the hardest of hardcore people are kind of there for just the weird humor and dialogue and characters. Like, I don't know if necessarily the combat's gonna impact them that much. We'll see what the hardest of the hardcore think, though.
Chad Betteridge writes in and says, "Good morning, Tim and Andy. Yakuza 7 is coming, and it's going to be a turn-based RPG. As someone who grew up playing JRPGs in the 90s, this doesn't really irk me, but I do understand that the genre has kind of died off in recent years, with major exceptions being the Persona and Pokemon games. Was this the right decision for the series? Most people I talk to these days have absolutely zero interest in new turn-based RPGs. I think the genre can still work in 2019 if the accompanying gameplay is superb, again, like Persona and Pokemon, and I think Yakuza is another franchise capable of that, but surely there are going to be a lot of detractors because of this move." Yeah, I think that it's a gamble, but these games come out at such a quick rate that it's like, I don't think that even a giant misstep is going to mess up the franchise, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Let's just get right back on the train and try something different. Like, I think them doing this, and especially for a franchise that people already kind of understand what they're getting. Sirens are on our side of what they're getting from the franchise, and there is a large fan base for JRPGs, and guess where that is? Japan.
Yeah.
It's like this could make a lot of sense for them, and if it's good, people are gonna like it, you know.
Sure, yeah, I see. I got to assume there's a lot of crossover between somebody who was really, really into playing Octopath and somebody who is maybe a Yakuza fan who sees this change, and maybe this draws even more people towards it. Those the hardcore JRPG fans
or Yakuza fans. It's like kind of like getting a little bit from the other side.
Yeah,
and
sure.
then the next thing you know, Sega's making that money.
I'm interested to see if this does like totally just have people go, nope, I'm out.
Yeah,
you know,
the Twitter reaction that I've seen doesn't seem to be that way so far. Like, it seems to be more like poking fun at it, but like kind of intrigued.
Yeah, interesting.
So we'll see. Are you hyped? Let us know in the comments below. Are you mad about it?
Subscribe.
Yeah. Next up, Shovel Knight Dig announced. New Shovel Knight treasure trove details announced. This comes from Adam Bankhurst at IGN. There's a lot here, guys. Like, if you want all the information, definitely go check out the article by Adam Bankhurst over on IGN, because it's some detailed shit. Yacht Club Games has announced Shovel Knight Dig, a brand new game and adventure for the titular character from 2014, Shovel Knight, and has also revealed more details on King of Cards, Showdown, Plague Knight, Spectre Knight, and King Knight Amiibo, and new features headed to Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. Announced by Yacht Club Games, Shovel Knight Dig is also being worked on by Nitrome and has been in development for over a year, although it has quite a ways to go still. Do you see the trailer for this one?
I sure did. 16-bit little upgrade.
More little 16-bit look. A fun thing. It didn't so much look like a Super Nintendo game. I got more of a Genesis vibe from it.
Yeah.
Where everything kind of looks a little like squished.
There was also like just extra saturation on everything, I feel. It looks fun. I was kind of a little bit disappointed because I thought it was going to be a brand new IP. I know that there were some listings, I believe about a year ago maybe, where they were looking for 3D artists. And so that kind of like got me speculating, like, oh, maybe maybe a new IP is coming. Maybe it's Shovel Knight in 3D. Maybe it's some
Shovel
sort
Knight
of
64.
like weird top-down kind of like platformer. But yeah, I was a little bit bummed out by seeing Shovel Knight Dig. I got to be honest. It's a game I'll still play because I enjoyed the hell out of Shovel Knight. Didn't really play a whole lot of the side stories though. I didn't. So, I enjoyed a little bit of Spectre Knight, but I forgot the other one that came out. Yeah, Plague Knight was just not for me.
So that's the problem with these games, and it's also the most brilliant thing that they've done is they commit to Shovel Knight, the game and the treasure trove and all that stuff and all the weird spin-offs so hard, where it's just like constantly there's things coming out for it, and they're such high quality. Like, this game is such a great deal, especially when you get the treasure trove and you get all of it. There's just so much content that's all just superb. But the problem was when they started first putting them out, it's been so long between the releases that you kind of just forget about it. Like the King Knight one, it's like, when is that coming?
Yeah.
And we now know it's coming soon, but it's like, that's still not enough, right?
Yeah, I feel like we've been seeing that for a while now.
But with the Plague Knight DLC, that was just the same game, but with a different character, like play style with like minor little changes. And like, I didn't really vibe with it.
King Knight was shown when I was still at Rooster Teeth, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time. And then Spectre Knight launched alongside the Nintendo Switch, and everyone that wasn't like super in and paying attention, like, didn't understand that it wasn't just like Plague Knight. It was actually a full new game, and it was amazing. But being marketed next to the Plague Knight one. It's like, oh wait, is this the same game just with a different character? But it's like, no, it's a brand new adventure,
different play style, different everything.
And now they're adding all this other stuff, the showdown, like the multiplayer mode and all that stuff. And it's like, wow, there's just so much content here. But at what point?
They're doubling down on the franchise a lot.
But in one title, like it's like, when are they, like, if they were to have just called it Shovel Knight 2, would it have, done more,
right,
and better for them? But they also
generated more hype.
They also committed to this idea a long time ago of the treasure trove and it all being part of the same thing, and like they, tweaked that over time of like what you actually buy as the package. But I just think they've done such a great job of making great content. I just don't think they've done the best job of releasing it and talking about it in a way that's clear to the mainstream.
Sure.
And so that's why with this Shovel Knight Dig being a separate thing, I think at least they're like making it look different and they're marketing it differently, and it looks more SteamWorld Dig inspired.
And they're like, this is not purely just Yacht Club. This is an outside developer, Nitrome, that's also mainly working on it. We're kind of helping out here and there. I think that does sort of differentiate it from being kind of a core title. Like, that this isn't. In my mind, I'm hoping that, yes, Yacht Club core is actually still working on something else.
I mean, they're working on King Knight. They're doing Showdown. Like, the thing is, we know what they're working on, which is great because it's going to be awesome. But at what point are they going to be working on another project? And when they are, how long is that going to take to actually come to fruition? Going into this more, Shovel Knight Dig's levels have been meticulously crafted. Each adventure will be different as they are stitched together using proprietary generation techniques for infinite replayability. In addition to Shovel Knight, Dig Yacht Club Games also gave further updates on King of Cards, Showdown, Amiibo, and much more. The Amiibo 3-pack featuring Plague Knight, Spectre Knight, and King Knight will be available in December, and each will unlock new costumes in Shovel Knight, Boom Tech Plague Knight, Lich Lord Spectre Knight, and Ultimate Supreme King Knight. The Amiibo will also make the costumes available in Showdown and will unlock new platforming challenges within each game's challenge mode. There's just so much shit.
Yeah.
Lastly, the Amiibo will unlock a fairy friend that will follow the player throughout the adventure. As for other new features, Shovel of Hope, Shovel Knight's main campaign, will add a third option for character pronouns, allowing players to choose they/them if they choose. Players will also be able to earn Shovel Knight feats while playing co-op. Plague of Shadows now has Alchemy Quick Select option, and Spectre Torment will gain 5 all-new platforming challenges. Lastly, the King of Cards campaign is completed and coming soon, although no further release date was given, and a physical Xbox One version of Shovel Knight Treasure Trove has been announced alongside PS4 and Nintendo Switch. So that's a lot.
It's cool. A lot of information.
It's cool that they're all coming, and it's cool that PAX is their shit. You know what I mean? It's like that's exactly where they should be talking.
Yeah, that's their lane.
Surrounding that, talking about all the things that they're doing. I'm excited to give Dig a try, but I'm more excited for the King Knight stuff for sure. And Showdown should be super fun for a party mode.
Sure, yeah. I hope King of Cards has more of a playstyle that I can mess around with, because Plague Knight didn't do much for me. Spectre Knight had interesting traversal, but I don't know, it just never grabbed me the way Shovel Knight did.
Yeah.
I think that was just one of the best games I've played in a while.
Yeah. Moving on, Man of Medan sequel. Little Hope teased for 2020. This also comes from Matt Purslow at IGN. The next game in the Dark Pictures Anthology and sequel to Man of Medan has been announced.
Do you know if we're pronouncing it right?
No idea. It's fun to say it that
I feel
way,
like we've only been saying Man of Medan, but
Medan.
like, what if it's Medan or something?
I mean, we'll have to.
Impossible to know.
It's impossible to know. Yeah. The next game is called Little Hope and will be released in 2020. The trailer features Bandersnatch and Midsummer's Will Poulter as Andrew and appears to be set in a creepy town called Little Hope. A young girl with a creepy doll can be seen dancing around a fire, and Andrew's friend Angela is shown to be in trouble. Beyond that, the trailer offers very little indication as to what Little Hope's story is. As an anthology series, the Dark Pictures presents each game as a standalone experience rather than as a sequel to the games before it. As far as we know, there's no connection between Man of Medan and Little Hope in narrative or characters, but we wouldn't be surprised if there are hints or Easter eggs littered around the games.
It's Sid from Toy Story. Mm-hmm. That's the character.
Yeah,
that's Will Poulter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not Sid. It's the guy that looks like Sid, the actor.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. I was like, no, Andy Brinker is the voice.
Yeah.
This is cool. I like that they're talking about it so quickly, like with Man of Medan releasing this week. I can't wait to play Man of Medan. Have you played it all, Barrett?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna do that this weekend.
It's a. I heard Greg talking about it though, but I don't know.
I feel like Greg and Joey came off very meh about it on Gamescast yesterday. Like at the end of the day, it was like, all right.
Did they beat it? Do you know?
Yes, they both beat it.
Oh, man.
Too spooky for me.
Joey played with one of our friends, and I think Greg played it like solo, and he felt like it was an even lesser experience playing it solo and whatnot because you don't get that experience of like
different perspectives.
Yeah, doing
that one route might be more interesting, and I took this route or whatever.
Yeah.
Did they give a timeline of how long it takes?
I don't remember if they
It takes 6 Bachelor episodes.
Yes.
Damn, dude. Holy shit.
That's the only way Tim tells
Remember,
it.
like when your mom and dad would like take you on trips and be like, it's like, how long's the drive gonna be? It's like 3 Rugrats episodes. I'm interested in this anthology series and the way that they're doing it because they are smaller titles and they kind of can learn from their mistakes as they go forward. And
Do you think it's something you'd play with Gia?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm excited to do that. It sucks that it sounds like it's not great, but I still think that there's just something special about these type of games, and I like that they're shorter because Until Dawn's great, but I can't keep Gia's attention for
It's a real long game. Yeah, it's definitely long. Yeah.
But this is
these
cool.
smaller episodes are several hours, couple hours here and there.
Yeah.
I think that's cool shit.
And a little hope, like what they're talking about, sounds cool. Creepy young girls.
And Will Poulter's a great actor. Like,
and he's creepy too.
Yeah, he's creepy as hell. Bandersnatch. You ever watch Bandersnatch?
Mm-mm.
It was okay.
Well, Bandersnatch was the Netflix thing.
Netflix one,
It was like this, right?
Well, no. I mean, Bandersnatch wasn't like horror related.
No, but it was like interactive, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you would select your own adventure. You'd move on.
This kid has a thing. You know what I mean? He's typecast.
Mm-hmm. Just like he was Sid in Toy Story.
Exactly. Next up, Pokemon Masters is out today. This comes from Mike Fahey at Kotaku. He played for a bit and got to give some impressions. In Pokemon Masters, out today for iOS and Android, players recruit famous Pokemon trainers from throughout the series' 23-year history. God damn, that makes me feel very, very old. Creating teams of 3 and battling through an adventure that feels more like the cartoon than any game that's come before. All right. The new game begins with the player, a nameless human partner to Pikachu. No surprise there. Joining up with Misty and Brock on the island of Pasio. On Pasio, trainers from across all Pokemon regions compete in the Pokemon Masters League. The goal is the same as it is in many Pokemon games. Players travel the world, collecting badges, eventually earning the right to take on the upper echelons of the league. What's different is that instead of building a large collection of pocket monsters, each trainer is partnered with just a single Pokemon. There's no collecting or capturing pocket monsters in Pokemon Masters. Instead, the player collects sync pairs, the game's name for trainers and their set partners. Some trainers, like Misty and Brock, join automatically as the game's story unfolds. If there's a big battle against a badge-holding boss trainer at the end of one of the game's chapters, odds are they'll be joining the player's team. The vast majority of the 65 sync pairs available at launch are purchased via an in-game market. The battles in Pokemon Masters are interesting. Before each fight, players from a team of 3 sync pairs. Players form a team of 3 sync pairs. Each pair has a specific elemental type, so the idea is to create a team that's super effective against the enemy. The pre-battle screen recommends types for each fight, so it's normally just a matter of having the right trainers on the team and keeping them leveled through combat or the use of purchased and awarded upgrade items. He says, I've not encountered a lot of pressure to spend real money in Pokemon Masters so far. The game's been pretty generous handing out currency, and I've yet to encounter a fight or event that suggested a sync pair of an element I did not possess. As the game goes live and special events start rolling out, that could change, but so far, I've not spent a single cent, and I'm perfectly content. I've just got to separate myself from the gotta catch 'em all mentality, which isn't so hard when I'm collecting people instead of adorable critters, and I suppose in Pokemon Masters, the real pocket monsters are the friends you make along the way.
Great job,
You
Mike.
excited about this?
Not really, no.
Really?
Just don't. That does not sort of. I want to collect Pokemon. You know.
See, I'm all about this because I love the lore of the Pokemon games, and I love that Lance is back, and I love that, like, just seeing Lieutenant Surge and all that stuff. Like, and there is story elements and stuff. You know, it's going to be dumb crossover stuff that isn't canon and doesn't matter at all. But like, I feel like this is going to be made by people that actually care and love it. There's going to be dumb little jokes, and I feel like the writing's going to really kind of cater to the anime experience.
Little winks at the crowd.
Exactly.
And you'll get this.
Yeah,
you know?
man. And this is just something cool about, like, you know, you're going to face off against Red at some point, and that's always epic. It's always like, yeah, dude, I'm doing it again. 23 years later.
Red fucks, right?
Red fucks,
yeah,
man.
Good for him.
Blue fucks,
Or her,
too.
whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not interested by a Pokemon mobile game really anymore. Unless it's like an actual core title that actually comes out. But Pokemon Go had me for several months and then dropped it like a bad habit. Spent so much money on that goddamn game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm I would hate to get sucked in by another Pokemon game and then forfeit several U.S. American dollars.
Yeah, this sounds more on my speed when it comes to mobile game style and gameplay style. Like I like the one-handed vertical type thing, and like the way that they're keeping some of the elements of the turn-based Pokemon stuff, but adapting it a bit more to be mobile. I like. What I don't like is how he described it sounding like
forming these little groups of people.
The groups I'm cool with, but I don't like the idea that it's like super obvious of what you need to do to beat the other side. I wish it was a little bit more like grindy, of like you actually need to train and be able to outpower the other person instead of it's just like, oh, well, water beats fire.
Yeah.
So it's like, obviously choose the water type.
Well, he does mention like you have to make sure not like it does very much point you out if you're one of them dumb kids of like, hey, like if this is grass type, you need fire. But he does mention like you have to make sure like the people on your team like are leveled and stuff like that. So it might be like that weird in between of like stuff that we aren't really into, but also like this like kind of grindy stuff that we like. So.
Yeah. Are you stoked about this at all?
I'm very interested to check this out. I might check it out tonight. So, yeah.
Definitely playing tonight. Exciting times. But tonight, Andy, it's so far away. If I wanted to know what games were coming to Mom and Grop shops, where would I look?
The official list of upcoming software across each and every platform as listed by the Kind of Funny Games Daily show hosts each and every weekday.
Yeah. Thanks, Barrett. Out today, Agent A, a puzzle in disguise.
Day one by.
On the Nintendo Switch. Brunch Club on the Nintendo Switch. We're going to do a party mode of that in a couple weeks. Bubsy, Paws on Fire, coming to Switch. Is this the Bubsy game that like came back?
I wonder if it just hit like if it just hit like public domain and somebody just picked up the Bubsy.
Bubsy. Grand Prix Shooter, BRIX.
Bricks.
Grand Bricks Shooter? What? I don't get it.
I mean, Grand Prix,
it looks like
I guess it kind of rhymes.
Grand Prix, I don't know.
Maybe it
Can
is
you look it up?
Maybe it is with a P. All right.
Yeah. Well, Grand Prix Shooter sounds weird too.
I'm going to pre.
Oh, God.
It's a Game Grumps reference.
Grand Bricks Shooter's coming to Switch and PC. Heave Ho.
You just settle for bricks.
I don't know. Like, he'll look it up and we'll figure it out. But Heave Ho coming to Switch and PC. Oh, here we got. Oh, God.
Yeah, I think it maybe is bricks, dude, because they look like blocks that you're shooting at. No, never mind.
Can you show the people this? Can you play the trailer a little bit?
I don't think the trailer is popping up at all.
Hell yeah. It's like probably in Flash for like...
Yeah. Well, we'll never know. The Lord of the Rings adventure card game.
I'm in.
Coming PS4, Switch, Xbox One, and PC. Like I said, Pokemon Masters, iOS and Android. Renzo Racer leaves early access today. Publisher All In Games and developer The Knights of Unity revealed that Little Racer, a childhood-inspired couch multiplayer racing game controlled with just 2 buttons, is available now for the Nintendo Switch. Some new dates for you. William Cryer Studio is thrilled to announce its long-awaited exploration puzzle game Manifold Garden will launch for Windows PC this year as a 12-month timed exclusive on Epic Game Store. Total War 2, The Hunter and the Beast, out September 11th. And playable in both the Eye of the Vortex and Mortal Empires campaigns. The Hunter and the Beast introduces 2 new legendary lords for the Empire and Lizardmen races.
Is that what Tom Hawkins works on? Total War, right?
Yeah,
that's the one. Hey, Tom.
With unique faction and campaign mechanics, as well as a host of devastating battlefield units. Today, Sega announced the official launch dates of League of Wonderland, a brand new real-time strategy game for iOS and Android. League of Wonderland brings to mobile the expertise of Sega's arcade game Wonderland Wars, which launched in Japan in 2015 and is planned for a launch on September 30th, 2019.
You getting that one, Tim?
No. Okay. I'm going to pass that one.
Damn, shocking.
Yeah. Costume Quest. I'll be too busy playing bricks. Costume Quest, the latest hit animated series produced by WoW Unlimited Media's Frederator Studios, today announced the addition of 7 brand new episodes that will premiere on October 11th. Additionally, a 35-minute holiday special, Heroes on Holiday, will premiere on November 22nd.
Nothing like a good holiday special, Tim.
So Greg put this in here.
Okay. Is he like adding his own?
But so it's a TV show.
Yeah.
So is it a TV show based on Costume Quest the game?
I'd assume so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, there you go. Deals of the day for you. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle is 2 years old today.
Wow. Holy shit.
Yeah. And because of that, the game and its DLC are currently on sale. First time the DLC has been on sale separately. The normal edition is down from $60 down to $20. Gold edition down to $26.39.
That's kind of
Season
shocking.
pass is $13.39.
I thought like Nintendo would have put it on sale for $58.
Well, it's Ubi, so
Yeah, that's true.
So there you go. Also, Celeste and Insider free on the Epic's Game Store.
Yeah, go
and
get those.
Also, there's a Ubisoft sale on the US Nintendo eShop.
Inside is
which
so fucking
includes
good.
So yeah, along with Mario Rabbids being on sale, we've got Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, if that floats your boat, $26.79. Rayman Legends Definitive Edition, $15.99.
Wow.
Yeah.
Totally worth that.
And then South Park: The Stick of Truth, I think is also $15. And then like Child of Light, Valiant Hearts, all like cheaper. Check them out.
Cool. Good guy,
Child of
Ubi.
Light didn't do it for me.
Oh, yeah?
But I love the UB art style.
So, Inside. Quick story about that.
Yeah.
My friend Rochelle, what do we call her? Weight trainer?
Yeah, she's a weightlifter, bodybuilder.
Yeah, bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Friend of mine.
Body lifter.
One time, me, her, and Gia were out getting some sushi. We were just talking. And video games come up. She's like, oh, what are the cool video games now? And I was like explaining the Nintendo Switch and whatever the hell. I was like, yeah, that's what the kids are playing these days. You know what I mean? Fortnite's a thing,
It's
whatever.
like when your uncle and aunt just kind of want to be in on it.
That's my thing. I was just like, oh, whatever, I'll humor you. I'm not
Sure.
like, I'll just keep it top level. And I was like, oh yeah. She's like, oh, I play video games every once in a while. And I was like, what? Like, what's the last game you played? She goes, oh, I played Inside. I'm like, what the fuck?
Really? What a
It's
weird-
the most bizarre thing. She's like, yeah, I was staying in a place that had an Xbox, and I Googled, like, what game should I play? And the thing came up, said Inside, and she beat it.
Wow. Good for her.
It's the most, because she does not play games otherwise.
Wow.
I was like,
She
oh,
100%ed it.
She, platinumed Inside. Anyway.
Really interesting.
We're about to get to some reader mail, but before we do that, I want to tell you about our sponsors. And also shout out to Upstart. As most of us have found out the hard way, getting into debt is easy. Getting out, it's hard. Especially if your FICO score isn't great. Thankfully, now there's Upstart.com, the revolutionary lending platform that knows you're more than just your credit score and offers smarter interest rates to help you pay off high-interest credit card debts, like Greg Miller had back in the day when he was making his journey over here to San Francisco. But he didn't have this. So he had to struggle. This could have helped him so very, very much. Upstart goes beyond the traditional FICO score when assessing your credit worthiness. They actually reward you based on your education and job history in the form of a smarter interest rate. Upstart believes you're more than just your credit score. They believe in you, and they understand that. And I'm going to say that this ad is a good ad. Whoever wrote it did a good job with 99% of it, but that part always confuses me. Upstart believes you're more than just your credit score. They believe in you, and they understand that. What?
They understand they believe in you.
Okay, cool. They make it fast, simple, and easy to check your rate in just a few minutes without affecting your credit score. The best part, once the loan's approved, most people get their funds the very next business day. Over 200,000 people have used Upstart to pay off credit cards, student loans, and fund weddings or just make large purchases. Free yourself from the burden of high-interest credit card debt by consolidating everything into one monthly payment with Upstart. See why Upstart's ranked number one in their category with over 300 businesses on Trustpilot. And hurry to upstart.com/KFGames to find out how low your Upstart rate is. Checking your rate only takes a few minutes and won't affect your credit. That's upstart.com/KFGames. I believe in you too.
How about that?
How about that? Let's do some questions here, Andy. Hold on a sec.
I got you.
What are you going to be streaming soon?
I'm going to be continuing with more Control.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping when I beat Control, I can jump on that astral chain action.
Mm-hmm.
But then maybe Borderlands will be out by then. Who knows?
Dude, you got to get on Astral Chain, man.
I know.
You
I need
are
to.
going to love it.
I saw kind of a really cold take on the internet by someone that I didn't recognize, but they were verified, but I didn't recognize them. And it was like, as I grow older, games like, he was kind of alluding to the fact that like games like Control just don't grab me anymore, but Astral Chain for me is like where it's at. But he was kind of alluding to the fact that like Control is a basic ass like Call of Duty style, like kind of just generic third person action game. And it's like, dude, it's weird as fuck. This game is not that. Like, whatever you think it is totally like, there's a lot of weird shit going on, and it's really out there and awesome. So, yeah.
What do you feel about the combat?
Oh my God, I love it. It's so fun. Yeah, like, I finally unlocked the flying ability last night. And so, like, flying ability coupled with, like, midair dodge. People shoot a rocket launcher at you. You catch the rocket in midair, throw it back at them. Like, it's just so satisfying. And I was mentioning yesterday on the Gamescast how the third-person shooting in this is, like, some of the tightest third-person shooting I've felt in a lot of games. Like, you know, Division, all that stuff. I feel like this is probably, like, the best feeling one.
Really?
Yeah. It feels awesome to shoot. Yeah.
Good job, Remedy. Gilly Brums writes in and says, "Hi, KFGD crew. Spyro is coming to Crash Team Racing this week, baby. Time to get hyped. I know these two franchises are in an unusual case, having started as PS1 exclusives and over time migrating to different consoles. But do you have any thoughts on other mascot characters that could join the CTR roster, Mario Kart 8 style? Thanks for all you do, Gilly Brums." I mean, dude,
I haven't really thought of this.
Let's dive in. Get Ratchet, get Sly Cooper, get Mario, get Master Chief. Who cares? Let's put them all in. Let's just have, they can all have fun together. Sonic the Hedgehog. You know what I mean?
What if it's a big, like,
Blinks the time
like,
cap.
all 5 of them, like, just mixed in a really, like, mutant-like fashion?
No, Andy. No.
But Nathan Drake, man. Mm-hmm. How like out of place would Nathan Drake look in Crash Team Racing?
Hey, man.
Like just a normal human.
If Smash Brothers could make snake fighting Pikachu look fine, like I'm pretty sure that Crash Team Racing could do it too.
Yeah, but just I guess like the realism of it, like a normal human, just like in a Kawasaki 4-wheeler, like everything's super realistic looking.
Dude, I'm pretty bummed about Crash Team Racing and how they're doing the whole microtransaction stuff.
Yeah,
it's shady shit, Andy.
It's weird. Like that was a game we were supposed to do a party mode of, and we just like never got to it.
The problem is, like me and Greg were talking about, I just think the skill ceiling is just like a little too high and compared to the other kart racing games. And I just feel like, I mean, we should still do it, but it just, there's a understanding of the drift mechanics that like we would need everybody to play a little bit before we actually did it, or else it would just, I'd clown y'all motherfuckers.
I mean,
out.
You know who wouldn't need to practice before was Nick Scarpino, because he hopped on a Sonic Team Racing. The only race he lost was when his controller was broken.
Is that real?
It was shocking. It was me, Joey, and Nick. And like Nick was just dominating. It was so bizarre.
I don't know why Joey would ever play games with us.
Yeah, me either. Because it's just Nick shit talking the whole time.
It's an embarrassing party mode.
Yeah, it's really bad. It was really bad.
But the Crash Team Racing stuff's so sad because the game's fantastic. They did such a good job with it, and when it first came out, there was so much content, and the way that they were handling the DLC was it's free. There's a lot of it, and it's like wow, they're really doing this right. There's not really microtransactions, and then like a month later, it's like now the cool stuff's coming. There's so much microtransactions, and it's just like come on, guys, like don't Activision, just be cool, man. But they won't.
Did you see how like in the new 2K, there's just like straight up gambling machines now? No way. Yeah, I saw like a screenshot of I hope I'm not getting memed. Maybe it was a meme because I get it just hit me right now. Like fuck, maybe they were just memeing around. Shit. But no, I think I don't even want to continue on with the story. I could just be lying about all this shit. That's so funny. I was at the mall yesterday. I walked by a GameStop and saw the poster for NBA 2K20 or whatever it is. Dope as fuck. What's up with these like neon Miami colors? Oh, you know they debuted last year or 2 years ago maybe. They're called like Miami Nights or something like that. But I mean, like the poster for the game is like all neon Vice City. Oh, it was only that. It was because Dwayne Wade retired, and like that cover is his special kind of cover. It's dope as fuck. Yeah, it looks really, really rad. Are amazing.
A lot of people in chat, Andy, are saying that it's not a meme.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Well, that is insane.
Good to know. Yeah, because they've gotten grilled over their microtransactions, and they kind of deserve it because I thought that they were getting like just way too out there, and it was just getting like, come on, guys, you're not even trying to like hide this, you know? Yeah. Especially for a game that, you know, is annualized, and you know they're trying to innovate. They're trying to have new story modes and new cutscenes and all these sort of the new NBA experience looks like sort of like way different than before. Like oh god, what's his name? Luther. He's also Jesus. They want Idris Elba. He's like a coach in the next one. Like it looks they're kind of going the Madden long shot route with like Thomas Middleditch is your agent. Like he's kind of sitting there and he's like, "Look, we got to come up with a plan."
The Silicon Valley
Yeah,
guy?
yeah. He's like your agent. I think he's an agent or like something like he's on your squad though. And they're trying to make it like
He's such an agent.
they're putting a lot into it, which
Cool.
is really cool. But it's still like the rest of it just kind of gets a little too shady.
Yeah. William Wolfgang writes in and says, "What's good, KFGD crew? September's basically here, and there are only 2 months left until November. So why is there no release date for Stadia? Do you think this is just some marketing play to have one last Stadia Connect before launch? Could the fact that there is no expensive console needed to go out and buy be the reason that they can wait so long on announcing the release date? Or are they really not close enough to being ready and they can't give a release date yet? When do you think they will give us the release date? Will I have to call in sick to work instead of asking for time off to ensure I get my Stadia name without having to put useless numbers at the end? Would love to know what you guys think. Keep up the good work." There you go. To your last point, if you do the Founders Pack now, you can get your name.
You can get that name, yeah.
Yeah, it's the whole point of the name thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of money though.
But I don't think that even when it comes out, I don't think you can just get it. Can you? Don't you still need to do the Founders Packs?
No, I mean like I guess you know what? Yeah, I guess founders have first dibs. I just don't know how you sign up for that. How you actually sign up for that?
Just gonna buy the thing.
I kind of think that it may be his last sort of assumption that like I don't think it's ready yet. I do have a feeling that maybe they're still like kind of in the final tweaking phases, pulling the knobs, twisting them levers, twisting them lever knobs,
Exactly,
you know,
like pushing buttons.
Yeah,
like,
I think they're still in that phase.
Yeah.
Because I think it's just such a complicated thing to deal with. There's so many variables. There's so many things that could go wrong and will go wrong. It just seems like an engineering nightmare. And from an engineer like me, Tim, I would never want to step foot in that office. You know?
Wow. Number 1 games journalist, 2 games journalists. What are we settling on at this point?
Number 1 games journalist. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, still am. Nothing's
Jason Schreier's
changed
there, but
well, Jason,
like
we're kind of tied at this point. Yeah, I feel like he's kind of like he's come back.
He's come back.
He's doing a pretty good job over there at Kotaku.
Oh man, I think differently. I feel like they have this under control, at least for the launch, and they have a plan, and it's what he was saying earlier about, like, they don't need to have this, like, long, like, it launches on this day. I think it's more exciting to be like, and it's out tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, that gets more mainstream type of press headlines that are like, whoa, Google's launching its service, and you can get it, you know? Like, being able to sign up and actively use it. Like, having a call to action is very important, whereas pre-orders are more important when you're talking about physical hardware and all that stuff.
Sure.
But when will it be announced? I don't know. They're definitely going to have to do another Connect before it launches. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do a Connect that is the launch announcement. You know what I mean? Of like, hey, it's whether it's out today or out later today or tomorrow or whatever it is. I think it's going to be a pretty quick turnaround from the time that we get the Connect and when it actually comes out. And I imagine that will be in November.
I pre-ordered one. I kind of regret it.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was just one of the, like, I saw Greg pre-ordered it, and I was like, oh shit, should I
need this thing?
Yeah, and I did it too, and I was like, why did I do that?
Did you sign up for Disney Plus yet?
No. You mean the 3-year thing?
Yeah.
Should I?
I mean, dude.
It's a good deal.
$4 a month, man.
Pretty dang good deal.
It's like $4 a month, and if you team up with a couple people, you can have 4 streams at once.
Wow.
So it's like, if you plan this correctly.
That's like a bag of hot fries a month. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Flaming hot fries. I can go over some right now. Something loud just fell. That was very loud.
The most
that was in here.
Bangy shit I've ever heard in the studio, and Kevin is not here.
Kevin is...
I think that was like outside. I think that might have been like a truck or something.
Jesus, that was very loud.
I don't know. It felt like it was right
I think
there.
it was in...
really?
It felt like it was at Kevin's closet. Like everything just fell out of his...
Everything just fell out.
Yeah.
He's okay.
Yeah?
Oh, okay.
What happened, Nick?
Just the things fell out of Kevin's closet.
Yeah, that's what we thought. That's what we thought. That's what we thought.
But hold on. That was my bad.
Oh, okay.
I stacked them precariously yesterday.
Yeah.
And didn't realize how much. So it's not. We can make fun of Kevin for other stuff.
No, it's
but
not.
this
It's
one's
not
on
making
me.
fun of
This one's on
Kevin.
me.
That was just funny because he was just like, oh, it sounded like something just fell out of Kevin's closet. You yeah, something just fell out of Kevin's closet.
Yeah. Sorry, that was my bad. My bad, audience. The chaos is on our side.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sirens on our... Thanks,
That
man.
is a
What's that
nice
for?
shirt.
It's for KFAF, Connect Between 3 and 5. It's on sale right now at kindoffunny.com/store.
When are we doing KFAF?
Right after this.
Is Tim going to be the judge?
No.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Fantastic. Andy, what games are you looking forward to the rest of the year?
Oh, man. Link's Awakening Remake is probably the top of my list.
Oh, yeah.
Below that, I'd probably put Death Stranding, I'd say like close, right? It's not like just super below it, but Death Stranding, of course, I'm looking forward to. I'm a huge Kojima fan. I don't care like what he makes. I will probably buy it because it's weird and freaky and really his art direction's always fantastic. Not his, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Borderlands 3.
Oh yeah.
Really looking forward to that. Outer Worlds.
Okay.
Yeah. Really looking forward to Outer Worlds. I'm looking. It's been a while since I've played sort of a big open world sci-fi game with a lot of like different cool characters to meet. I was hoping Rage would have been that Rage 2, and it just kind of like fell short for me story wise and character wise.
What about Luigi's Mansion 3? Did that do anything for you?
No, Luigi's Mansion never like. I was the guy that like just saw my friends play Luigi Mansion because they had the GameCubes, right? They had the GameCubes at launch. I guess 2 was on 3DS. Yeah, that franchise never did it for me. You stoked for that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be really good. Like I mean, all of them have been really good, but 1 was very short, and it was very replayable, but like there wasn't much to it. 2 fixed that, but I just feel like it was never at home on the 3DS. Like the screens just weren't big enough. The resolution wasn't good enough. Like the way that the lack of analog sticks or whatever, it's just not great.
Yeah.
I think Switch is going to be the perfect place for it. And from when I played at E3, it was fantastic. I love the character that the game has. Like the ghosts and all the hotel you're in itself just feels so fun and Disney-esque. Like it's very Haunted Mansion.
Sure. Yeah. I can see that.
So that's exciting.
There's a lot of whimsy to it.
Yeah. Definitely. Good word. Man.
Great word.
Good word.
Actually.
Barrett, what about you?
For Luigi's Mansion?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat as Andy in for it. Like, I didn't have a GameCube, and then, like, it was my cousin and my aunt who really loved Luigi's Mansion. I would watch it, and I was like, this seems cool, but, like, I never got hands on it. And then, yeah, I feel like the sequel came out, like, a week after I sold my, like, 3DS to get, to save up for, or when did the sequel come out?
Dark Moon. I don't know, like 2014.
Okay. Yeah, I think that was around the time where I sold my original 3DS to save up for a PS4. Because that was around the same time where I sold it, and I had always wanted a Majora's Mask remake to play. And then I sold my 3DS, and then a week later they announced the Majora's Mask remake. I was like, God damn it! But yeah, I've never gotten into the Luigi's
Mansion Dark Moon came out March 20th, 2013.
I think it's easy for launch titles because that being a GameCube launch title. I feel like it's easy for those games to kind of get forgotten, especially from consumers like me. I mean, not that I was a consumer, it was my parents that were like buying me the things, but I was never there on launch day. I was never getting the consoles at launch. I was getting them years after the fact. So the hot launch titles at the time were never the games that I really played, just because they were forgotten about. They were yesterday's news. So a lot of those, like even with the 360, like there's so many launch titles on the 360 that I'd never played because I got the 360 like 2 years after the fact or whatever.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion was weird because, people did not like it when it first came out.
Interesting.
Like, some people did, but the majority of people were let down for obvious reasons because it wasn't a Mario game, and this was the first Nintendo console launch since the N64.
But the little discs were cool.
The little discs were cool to handle.
They were really awesome, really cool.
But yeah, like Smash Brothers Melee was supposed to be a launch title, and
what color
it
GameCube
got delayed
did you have?
2 weeks. Purple.
I had the orange one.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
cool. But only because I bought it from
whatever.
a pawn shop, and I felt so lucky that I found because I bought the GameCube way later in the days, and it became like my Smash Double Dash machine.
Yeah. Smash and Dash.
Yeah, Smash and Dash, and similar to like other consoles where I never had a PS3 at launch. It was I bought 2 PS3s owned just because pre-owned. From pawn shops because I bought one and then I beat the Uncharted's and then I sold it.
Oh, okay.
Because I was low on funds back in the day, but I really wanted to play these games. So I would sell the console, and with that money I would continue to save up. And then The Last of Us came out, so I bought another PS3, and
I get that struggle.
Yeah,
it's a real struggle.
Back in the day, it was just going to pawn shops and holy shit, they have no idea what they've got here.
Yeah, I bought a PS3 just for Metal Gear Solid 4.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
That was my thing.
I experienced Metal Gear Solid 4 when I first moved to Austin, and my friend Alex was the PS3 owner, and so that was like a communal game that we all kind of gathered around the TV.
Curran watched me play. Well, so what actually happened is I had never really played the Metal Gear games at all. Like, I played through some of 2, but I never beat it when it was on PS2. Like, well, obviously, but back in the day. And then when 4 was coming out, I'm like, this looks so great. Like the trailers, those crazy ass fight cinematics they put out, they're like 15-minute long like fights.
Yeah.
I was like, between Vamp and Raiden, I'm like, oh my God, I need this, right? So I played through Twin Snakes, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, leading into 4, all within like 1 month.
Damn.
And it was
It's dedication.
so great.
Yeah, dude. I remember in like, I think maybe freshman year of high school or towards the end of middle school, printing out like a 70-page game facts, like just breaking down every character and every story and just like sucking in this lore because I needed more. It was so crazy.
I mean, I remember when 4 came out, they on the PS3 also put out this weird companion app, the Metal Gear database or something that kind of was that, where it's just like, here's how all the characters are connected, whatever. And I played through all those games and read all of that. So it was for my first experience with Metal Gear, it was deep.
Yeah.
And Curran would just sit and watch me play the entire thing. He's never played a Metal Gear game, but he knows everything about them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Let's see. What are we doing now? Let's do some squad up, baby. Mao45, that's MAOW 45 on PSN, says, being from Sweden, I doubt many of the Kind of Funny best friends will be able to play with me, but regardless, I enjoy having people on my friends list that enjoy video games as much as I do. Crash Team Racing is my drug at the moment, so maybe we could play together on some odd hours.
Play with Kebabs. Kebabs loves that shit.
Yeah, man. Swedish people.
Yeah.
Get on it. Mao 45 PSN MAOW 45.
I bet the ping will be horrible. Like a person in Sweden playing with a person in where's Kebabs from? New Zealand or Australia?
I think it's New Zealand.
I don't want to guess because they get pissed off
They
when you
do.
get
They
the
do.
wrong one.
Yeah. Oh man. Time for your wrong. Let's see what we got wrong today.
Tons.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I got so many.
Well, that is a lot actually.
There's a lot.
Let's see. I'm still not used to my glasses, so everything feels like it's way too HD, and it's weird. Ill Grill Chill says Hobbs and Shaw is called Wild Speed Super Combo.
There we go. That's what it was.
So
It's so
freaking
great,
amazing. Nanobiologist says King of Cards DLC was initially announced August 30th, 2017, after Andy has joined. Kind of funny.
Wow, I'm a liar. Man, I could have sworn I saw it when I was at Rooster Teeth.
King of the Homeland says that UTC is Coordinated Universal Time.
Cut?
Wouldn't it be Universal Time Coordinated? I don't know, man.
It's still the ultimate time for me, Tim.
According to a pronunciation video, you're pronouncing Medan correctly.
Ew. I was hoping I was wrong. I was hoping we were wrong this whole time because it sucks.
I'm gonna just pull out a comment from Panzer G2 earlier in the show. Whoa, Black Betty, man of a man.
That's so true.
Weird.
You know what's some bullshit? And I feel like this is a cool Greg ass tweet.
Pronouncing Medan.
Like, why is pronunciation so hard to pronounce?
It's a good. Wow, yeah. That's a very like Mitch Hedberg joke.
Like, it's so fucked up though.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What's up with Cool Greg fighting with the whole
with space
astronauts?
Dude, I tweeted it. I need to tell him. I was like, do not fuck with space, dude.
You're fucking with the
People
wrong
get real
side.
upset, man.
You're out of your lane right here, Cool G.
Nanobiologist says bricks is pronounced as bricks and is the sugar content of an aqueous solution.
What?
He's a biologist.
Super
I don't know what to tell you.
Fast combo.
He also says La Mulana 1 and 2 coming to Switch, PS4, and Xbox One in early 2020. Denton says Bubsy Paws on Fire is developed by Choice Provisions, formerly Gaijin Games of BitTrip fame. Here's what they had to say about it. After some productive meetings and even more productive face scratches, we agreed to work with Bubsy on creating an auto runner worthy of his stature. And when that was done, we scrapped it and made a good game instead.
Great. Oh, that's great.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Wow.
What was the name of the developer?
Choice Provisions.
Oh, no. Well, there was another word you said in there. It sounded like
Gaijin Games.
Gaijin.
Yeah, I think it is.
Wow.
It means
cool.
outsider in Tokyo Drift
That's really
language.
cool, man. That guy sucked.
Nanobiologist says the only way to play Stadia at launch is with the Founders Edition pack, but after that, you need a pro subscription of $10 until the free Stadia base sub comes up. Yeah, cool Greg in the room.
Cool Greg's just giving me a thumbs up.
Oh. Oh, yeah, dude.
Gaijin. That's what my friends call him back in Tennessee, Alabama. Gaijin.
And then the final thing, nanobiologist, once again, God, you should just be on the show.
Just on it.
Breaking news,
He has
Apple
been.
announces next event for September 10th. New iPhones are expected.
That's not gaming news.
It's gaming news because they're probably going to talk about the Apple Arcade stuff.
Arcade.
Yeah. In more breaking news, Greg got invited to this.
Whoa.
We're getting invited to Apple events, baby.
Wow.
Moving on up in the world. Moving
Old
on
Timmy
up.
Cook.
Woo! Gotta love it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Kind of Funny Games Daily. Andy, thank you very much for joining me. And guess what? You're back tomorrow.
We're back tomorrow.
Whoa!
A fast speed super combo.
Super combo, baby. High five. Let's fucking go. Stay tuned for KFAF after this. It's going to be a good one. I saw some things they had planned for it, and god damn, it's good.
It's real bad.
Until then, I love you.